you realize that many people are living a lie and you don't want anything to do with it. I just filmed this entire video without the microphone on. Welcome back to my channel, lovely feminine women. I'm so happy that you're here. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season, wonderful holiday week. If you're still on vacation, I hope that you are taking the most out of this time and you are making some memories and really having fun with your family and your significant other. If you're new to my channel, please hit that red subscribe button because we are really a community of women who enjoy supporting each other in our femininity as well as our plight to be amazing homemakers. As we approach 2020, I wanted to put out this video for all of you because it is something that I've actually been requested to do throughout the past couple months, and I thought that as we approach the new year, this is the optimal time to talk about it. And that has to do with the topic of laziness. Laziness is something that I have had to overcome in my life for many years, honestly, and I'm going to share with you my anecdotal experience throughout the next few minutes while providing you with some tips on how you can overcome your laziness. I have found that overcoming laziness in certain areas of my life has really helped me live the best life possible, has really helped me kind of create the dream life that I'm living right now. And this doesn't mean that my life is perfect, and this doesn't mean that I don't mess up or I don't have hard moments in my life, because if you have been on my channel throughout the past year, you do know that there have been hard times in my life. This is simply me saying that I feel as though I have the most control that I can possibly have in a given circumstance or situation or time in my life than I have ever before. And being an excellent homemaker and being a feminine woman is going to require for you to get a hold on any type of lazy tendency or emotion that you might feel. Being a feminine woman, although it is something that is inside of all of us, it does require a type of activation energy to bring it about. Same with being a homemaker. You have to treat it like a job, and you're not always going to want to do your job. Even if you outsource many tasks that you have in the home, it isn't a vacation, and there's always going to be times where you need to put in effort to get those things done on your to-do list. So without further ado, I'm going to share with you some of the ways that you can overcome your laziness and some of the ways that I did. Number one is you want to exercise positivity. You want to try to be a more positive person, because positive people do not look at hardship in the sense that they cannot overcome it. And positive people are more likely to push through difficult times to reach their goals. I have made a previous video on how to be happy, and although I talk a little bit kind of weird and I'm still getting used to talking on the camera, it's a slow but steady process, I do think that some of the information in that video could be valuable to you. On positivity, I also wanted to encourage you to say kind words to yourself. Tell yourself that you can do it. This kind of seems a little bit bizarre, but be your own cheerleader, be your own coach, and tell yourself that it's okay when you mess up, and tell yourself that you can do it. Going on to the next point is that you want to find the type of laziness that best characterizes you. There are approximately 8 types of laziness, and I will provide you a link down below so you can find out the type of lazy person that you are. I feel really weird saying lazy person because nobody is truly lazy. It's just an underlying psychological obstacle that you need to tackle. For me, it had to do with anxiety. And on this channel, I kind of like opened my baggage for you, but I have generalized anxiety, and I have had generalized anxiety for basically my whole life. It is something that I have worked on. It is something that I basically deal with every single day. But throughout my life, I have been put in many positions where I have had to just push myself into the situation to get over my anxiety. I have deliberately put myself in instances where I could overcome this anxiety. For example, the YouTube channel, participating in pageants. You cannot be a shy and really super introverted person, even though that is my tendency in pageants, because you're always meeting people that are going to judge you within the first minute of meeting you. Once you have a hold on the reason why you may be experiencing laziness, you are going to feel a greater sense of control because you're going to be able to take the steps to overcome this obstacle. That being said, I want to go into number 3, which is you want to start doing things before you can think about them. I like to kind of think about the dilemma in my everyday life that's very simple. I'm going to boil it down to the fact that I hate making customer service calls. I hate paying bills on the phone, but being a homemaker that takes care of everything in my home, there are so many instances where I have to do it. This is, of course, a simplistic example, but before I have the opportunity to think about all the reasons why I can't do it today and put it off to the next day, I pick up my phone and I start putting in that number. And by the time that the phone is ringing, I realize that it's more worthwhile to finish the call than to hang up and put it to the next day. It takes about 2 weeks to break an addiction. So I want you to kind of think about your tendency to be lazy in that similar light. You want to start doing things before you have the opportunity to think about it for a couple of weeks before you can really reap the rewards of being able to do that automatically. And this goes into my next point, which is you want to minimize decisional energy. So for you to be able to do those things, you want to make things easy. For example, if you are a homemaker cleaning a room, you're going to want to make sure that the cleaning products are in that room so that it is just so easy for you to clean that space without having to think about, oh, I gotta go to my linen closet, get this product and this product. Am I going to use the citrus smelling one or the lavender smelling one? Make those decisions beforehand. Put the products in the vicinity so that you look at them, you know it's time to clean that space, and you right away start to do it before you can think about all the excuses why you cannot. I also want to encourage you to separate things in chunks of time. We're now going to talk about femininity. I have talked about feminine beauty and caring for yourself as a very feminine thing to do to activate your feminine energy. I'm going to admit to you, though, that getting everything done, for example, on my hardcore beauty list, my weekly kind of beauty recharge, think about face mask, the heavy duty products, potentially doing my nails. These are all kind of tedious things to do, and I could tend to be really lazy and not do them, because when you are doing these things for a long period of time, they become mundane and they become things that are really requiring of a lot of energy. In order to minimize this energy expenditure, what you could do is just give yourself a block of time. Every Sunday night, I'm going to spend half an hour doing my beauty recharge routine. If I get to doing everything that I want to do on my list and I have time to do my nails, then I do my nails. If I do not have time to do my nails, then I don't sweat it because I have done other things in that block of time. If I give myself a large list of things to do, I'm never going to get to everything on my list because I'm going to get bored after a while, to be honest with you. And I might not even want to carve out that amount of time to do all those things. So long story short, if I section it off to a small block of time, it's more productive than committing myself to a large and strenuous routine. The last point I want to bring up is for you to realize, and this really wouldn't be my channel if I didn't put in some kind of like controversial topics, is that you cannot really have it all. You can have it all, but you cannot have it all at one time. I have also mentioned this on my channel in a previous video, but the common narrative that society pushes on women nowadays, especially young women, is that you want to be a CEO boss babe, you want to be a perfect homemaker and perfect wife, but you cannot do all of those things unless you are one of those people with a very high energy drive. I'm talking about the 1% of people. And we see this kind of common in today's society, but then we recognize that many women are actually reaping the detrimental effects to their mental health. And I'm going to be more authentic in 2020 and share with you some of the things that I have seen, especially coming from a more academic environment. All of the women that so-called had it all were on amphetamines. And that's a big statement for me to say. So just part with the perfect image of having it all and focus on one area of your life at one time. Focus on having satisfaction from that one area rather than trying to be the perfect woman and to live into this impossible ideal. Realizing and recognizing this truth, you don't feel so bad about yourself because you realize that many people are living a lie and you don't want anything to do with it. So I'm thinking of making this a two-part series, but I wanted to put a little bit out there to see if this is really what you truly wanted. Some of you have asked me for this video, and I hope that it gives you a little bit of what you are looking for. I love you all, and I will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.